Hey, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at one of the deadliest pandemics in human history, the Black Death, which ravaged Europe, Asia, and North Africa between 1347 and 1351. This terrifying plague wiped out an estimated 25 to 50 million people, about one-third of Europe's population at the time. So how did this happen? The disease was caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, which is still around today. It spread through fleas that make their home on rats. And rats, as it turns out, are excellent travelers. Then the lymph nodes in their groin, armpits, and neck would swell up into these large, painful buboes. Entire villages were wiped out. Farms were abandoned, and the economies of many towns and cities collapsed. People were terrified and often blamed minority groups like Jews or Muslims for the plague, seeing it as divine punishment for the sins of humanity. It reminds us of the vulnerability of human societies and the devastating impact that disease can have on our world. But it also reminds us of the strength of the human spirit and our ability to adapt and change in the face of even the most terrible challenges. Some people even said that these buboes looked like boils or wounds that had been left to rot, and if that wasn't bad enough, the skin around the buboes would turn black and the victim would start bleeding. Hence the name Black Death. Well, the massive loss of life caused by the Black Death led to some major changes in Europe. For example, there was so little labor that wages increased, and the feudal system, which had held back economic mobility for hundreds of years, began to fall apart. Also, the Black Death shifted people's religious attitudes. Many turned away from the Catholic Church, which they blamed for the plague, and started to question traditional religious beliefs. This in turn inspired new cultural movements like humanism, which emphasized the value of classical learning and the potential of the human mind. They quickly spread the disease along trade routes and through ports and towns. The symptoms of the plague were absolutely terrifying. Victims experienced a high fever, chills, weakness, and nausea. The plague hit Europe in the middle of summer in 1347, when an estimated 12 million people died within just a few months. It wasn't until 1351 that the Black Death finally began to subside. But by then, it had killed an estimated 25 to 50 million people, which was about half the population of Europe. So why should we care about this horrible plague today? In the end, the Black Death was one of the most tragic events in human history. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, comment, and subscribe for more short history stories.